J-Side on the decks. Leeds, Liverpool, Dublin to London. In the pub with the Spurs shirt tight, talking about trophies every Friday night. Silver hair shining underneath the light. Irish silver fox feeling dynamite. Guinness in hand, giving it the big un. Says this is our year. Every single season, dancing on tables, causing pure scenes. Believes Ant Ball runs the football machine. He's loud, he's proud, he's chatting all night. North London dreams underneath neon lights. From Dublin bars to White Hart Lane, Dermo brings the party again. Dermo the Tottenham fan, Irish silver fox, he's the king of the dance. Hands in the air when the bass line drops, singing, come on you Spurs! Non-stop, Dermo the Tottenham fan, moonwalking sideways with a pint in his hand. Silver fox swagger all over the floor. Everybody screaming, one more. Silver fox in the rave tonight. Dermo got the place alight. Come on, you Spurs tonight. Silver fox under the lights. Taxi ranks singing football chants loud. Got half a Yorkshire joining the crowd. Stacey laughing while the speakers explode. Dermo still dancing in the middle of the road. Talking football till 3:30. Says Tottenham's massive with supreme belief. Hair slicked back with the Irish charm. Old school raver with the silver arm calm. Left foot slide, right foot spin. Dermo starts dancing, everybody joins in. Purple lights flashing, baseline kicks. Silver fox moving with the Tottenham tricks. Dermo the Tottenham fan, Irish silver fox. Everybody clap your hands, jumping round the club with a smile so wide. North London spirit with the Yorkshire vibe. Dermo the Tottenham fan, still shouting Spurs with a drink in his hand. From the first chant to the morning light, the silver fox owns the night.
Good evening. Right, enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of the abuse aimed at Archie Gray and the rest of our young players. The lad has barely had a chance to settle. He's been here, I know, for about 2 years. But every mistake that this lad makes is magnified. Every performance is picked apart. He's a teenager wearing the Spurs shirt, giving everything he's got. Instead of getting behind one of our own and a young player, fans decided let's make him scapegoat. Let's rip him apart. That's not what supporting Tottenham is about. You don't have to think he's the finished article, but you should at least give him the time, the patience, and the backing every young player deserves. So tonight we're talking about why the great has to stop, and why Spurs fans we need to be better. And if this is not your show for you, then I apologize. But I've just had a gut full of it. We've had people on our chat recently. Gray's this and Archie Gray's this. Mateus tells this. Tail's not good enough. Lucas Bergfeld's not good enough. They need to go. And it really got me thinking today as well. If these players came through our academy, would we be giving them the same treatment that these players we've brought in? And the answer to that is no. It's because we paid 40 million for Archie Gray. That's not Archie Gray's fault. That's club to club. That's Leeds saying, right, we're going to put this valuation on the player. You want to buy him in, you pay the money. But no, we and some Tottenham, not all, and I'm not saying all of us are like it, but a good majority of us have a habit of ripping these young players apart and really stick the knife in. And I've heard some outrageous things since the end of last season, since he won Player of the Year. And deservedly won Player of the Year, by the way. That was voted by fans. That was voted by Tottenham fans. Not by players, not by anyone else. It was voted by fans. And people still come in and give the same old shit, the same old shite. Because what they're doing, they're sitting behind the keyboard. I would love to see them go out on the pitch. These people that write this shit, by the way, and write these in the comments and shows and mouth off, he's this, he's that, he's this and that. I'd love to see them go out on the football pitch and fight a relegation battle when the rest of your teammates behind you are not pulling their weight and you're the only one that's actually trying. I would love to see you do it. How will you do under that sort of pressure? How would you cope under a relegation battle that you know your performances every week and they're going to get torn apart? They're going to get shredded, and your confidence is going to get massively hit. But no, you're sitting behind your computer. You're sitting in your den or wherever on your phone, typing all this shite in. Because it's easy to criticize, isn't it? It's easy to criticize a player than it is to then give them constructive criticism. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me as a Tottenham channel. It's embarrassing for me, for some of my subscribers, some of the shite they've come out with. Had it here the other night. And one of our subscribers told a very good friend of mine, who's also a member and a subscriber, what are you doing here? Well, they have every right to be in here because they're in here defending a player that used to play for them. But no, we at Tottenham have this almighty belief that he's crap, he's young. Well, let us not forget, we finished 17th for the last 2 seasons, right? And can you name me a couple of players that did all right? Lucas Bergfeld, Mateus Tail, and Archie Gray. They stood up. No, not all the time. But they stood up when a lot of these big players on bigger money didn't. They went missing. Oh, we must give Paliunia. Yeah, he saved us. No, he didn't save us. Kingsley saved us. Kingsley with his saves against Wolves and against Everton and against Leeds. He saved us. And everyone wrote him off, by the way, after what he did against Atletico Madrid. Now, you could probably find video, me probably criticising him, and I pulled my hands up. I probably did. I did a watch along against Chelsea, and it must be the worst watch along ever done, because when I come off the watch along, Mrs. Tron literally had a go at me for being an absolute idiot, and she had every right to, because I was doing everything that I would not do normally. I was criticizing every player, young player, old player, giving out to them, calling them names, calling that, and that's not like me. Now, maybe you could say the stress of the season, getting relegated was probably getting to me. Probably was. But I'm absolutely fed up to the backbone of people mouthing, he's crap, he's shite, he can't do this, he can't do that. Well, get off your ass and go on the pitch yourself and play. See how you get on. If you think you're that good, how come you didn't become a footballer and start playing yourself? I don't like doing these videos. I really don't. I like doing chilled out shows where I can have a giggle, I can have a laugh, and I can talk about the beloved Tottenham I love about. I'm going to talk a little bit about the game as well, because it has a Mateus Tel goal, which sort of comes into to what I'm talking about tonight. But I've just had enough of it. I've had enough of the BS. I've had enough of everywhere you turn, he's not good enough, he's crap, he should be wearing the Tottenham shirt. Well, get off your ass and become a Tottenham player then. See how well you do. Because I tell you one thing, let's see how you cope with the criticism. Let's see how well you cope with the constant online criticism that these young players get. You know, you think they're on big money. They're human beings as well. They're human beings with feelings, they're human beings with parents, they're human beings with brothers and sisters or whatever. They're going to feel it. They are going to be affected by that. They're going to be affected by the abuse that these players get, and some of it's racial. I mean, some of the players last year got racial abuse online, which is even worse. Because nobody on social media's got better to do than sitting in their mammy's den, sitting with their mammies and writing a load of abuse online. And what's the police going to do about it? What's the social media going to do about it? Nothing, because social media don't do a damn thing. It's okay. You can write what you want. Oh, don't worry. X will suspend your account for a few weeks. Just make up another one in 2 minutes. Because there's no guidelines in there to stop people doing this. And the people that are doing it should be arrested, should be charged, and should be put in prison. And then you should be banned from social media for life. But they won't do it. Because there's always a way around it. There's always a way. Well, if you get blocked from one, say you get blocked from TikTok, right? Or you get blocked from X, just make up another account under another name. Because it's easy to do. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And it's so easy, isn't it, as a football fan, to sit there and get swept up in the moment and give out about these players that we don't fully understand the pressures they're under. We think as fans we're under pressure, but they're under more pressure than we are, because they're not just playing for the fans in the stadium, they're playing for the fans around the world, they're playing for their families, they're playing for the future. And these young players that come through the system, and not every young player makes it. So you have to be semi-good. You have to be bloody damn good to become a professional footballer in the first place. You have to be exceptionally good to become a Premier League footballer in the first place. And you have to be absolutely exceptionally good to play for one of the top 6 clubs in England. You know, I'm going to use Archie Gray as an example. Comes from a dynasty of players. His uncle, his grandfather. You know, big players back in the 60s and 70s. Leeds United's a massive club. You don't get to play in Leeds United's first team if you're not any good. And Archie Gray is an exceptional young talent that's been nurtured by under De Zerbi. And him to be named Tottenham captain twice. I think it's a great testament to the way he's gone about his game, the way he does his footballing. You never see him in the papers falling out of nightclubs or doing something wrong. He's dedicated to his craft. He's dedicated to the game he loves. He's there. He trains properly. He eats right. But we can give out about it because he's Archie Gray, because he's not one of our own. Do you know, I makes me angry. You got Matthias Tell, another one, who absolutely scored a worldie today. He scored a goal, a world-class goal today. And it's not even getting mentioned. If that was anybody else, right, like a Ronaldo or some player that is slightly better well-known, that would be plastered around the world. Look at the free kick he scored. Isn't it great? That was a fantastic free kick Matthias Tell scored today. Absolutely brilliant. And he's been really good at the start of pre-season as well. He's really matured. He's during the summer, I know for a fact during the summer, because I do follow him on Instagram, and I follow a lot of the Spurs players on Instagram. He was out doing extra training. He was out practicing, you know, improving his craft, improving his control with the ball, you know, making himself better. So when he gets back to pre-season, he was better than when he left it. And it's easy, you know, I look at it this way. If these players were Tottenham homegrown, they wouldn't get half the hate they get now. They wouldn't get half the hate. It's just because they were bought from other clubs. That's why we think we have the right to criticize them, or we have the right to pull them down, or we have the right to shoot their confidence to absolute bits. We don't have the right. We're there to support the team through thick and thin. We're there to support the team that's on that pitch, that's pulling on the lily white shirt. I don't care who they are. Once they pull on that shirt, they deserve our support 100%. And I was like hearing it at the end of last season. Palhinha saved us. Palhinha is the man. He deserved Player of the Year. Why? Why should he deserve Player of the Year? Give me the facts that prove he deserved Player of the Year. Them Player of the Year were voted by Hotspur members, fans who watch Tottenham home and away, by Hotspur members who decide, right, this is who we want as a Player of the Year, and they picked Archie Gray, not for one award, not for 2 awards, 3 of them. He got all 3 awards. So what does that tell you? But no, we're just going to slate him off. He's got slated today as well by certain fan base because of the mistake he made in midfield. It's pre-season, for God's sake. It's not like his goal cost us points. It's pre-season. He's not even up to match fitness yet. Just get off the kid's back. Seriously. Enough is enough. Do you know, and I tell you what, I give this as another example, right? I've been doing YouTube now for nearly 5 years, right? It'll be 5 years this August. And I've got abuse online from people on YouTube calling me a fat C and an Irish whatever. Do you know, some of it does, do you know, anger you. Some of it doesn't. Some of it does hit your confidence a little bit, thinking, Jesus, am I... it knocks your confidence of you going on again, doing another show live, like. But that's only a piece of what these players get. You know, these players, week in, week out, these young players for week in, week out, go out and do a job for us, play for us. And I guarantee, do you see the youngsters of Man United getting abused? Do you see the likes of Manu or players like that getting abused? Do you see the players, youngsters of Liverpool getting abused? Do you see them, they're not fit to wear the shirt. Do you see any of the young players they're buying? They're not fit to wear the shirt. They shouldn't be playing for us. Get rid of him. No. So what gives us the right to do it? What makes us so special that we can say to these players they're not good enough? Because again, and I say it again, would we do any better? Will we do any better if we were in their position? No. Because everyone's good at what they do. Archie Gray, again. Matthias Tell, again. The young players, Donnelly. I bet you any money, if it was Donnelly that made the mistake today, right, that led to that goal, and Tataki as well, he would not have got half the crap that certain people have said about Archie Gray. And I'm sitting here going, why? I'm completely and utterly sitting there with my mouth wide open going, what the hell? Again, I would love to see these fans actually go and try to be a footballer, see how far they get. Because I tell you one thing, they wouldn't get very far. I don't know what the number is for young players that don't make it to be a professional, but I think I think it's 100 out of every. I think it's 100 out of every 200,000. I think it is. I will do I did my research. I will double check it. I think it's 100 out of every 2,000 that make it as professionals. And then I think it's only 10 of that 100 that make it to the very top. And then I think, again, it's 2 or 3 that make it to the very, very top. But it really shows people's true characters, doesn't it? When we're really struggling. And we've struggled for the last 2 seasons. But who was there? Who was there to get us out of that mire? It was the young kids. It was the Archie Grays. It was the Lucas Bergvilles. When we were having injuries left, right, and centre. Archie Gray, left back, centre midfield, left wing. I think he's played for Tottenham. He is a DM. He is a 1 in 9. That's it. Cheers. Thank you. I knew it. It was something along them. I knew I didn't get it right, but big up calling you Spurs. Yeah, 1 in 9 make it to top. That tells you everything you need to know. And we can sit here and you can sit there, or anyone can sit there and say, he's shite. I want him out of my football club. Why? Why are you not picking on a Bentancur? Why are you not picking on a Papa Sarr? Why are you not picking on other senior players that didn't pull the weight last season? Why are you not picking on them? No, I tell you what, let's pick on the young kids because it's easier. And I don't want to hurt the confidence of a Papa Sarr or a Bentancur, because no, or Palunia. Oh no, we mustn't do that. I know, but we can slate off a young lad who actually played better than some of these other players put together, by the way. We can all say, we want Kingsley out. Yeah, he's crap. He's trash. Yeah, he made a mistake against Atletico Madrid. Please tell me, at 18, 19, who didn't make a mistake? I'm still making mistakes now, and I'm 49. And I'm still cocking up. Right? So you're telling me in 18, 19, you were perfect. These people that are slagging off Archie Gray, by the way, and Matthias Tell, you're telling me you were perfect. You never did anything wrong. You sailed through life on a wing of a prayer, never making a mistake, never doing anything wrong, having anything laid in front of you. Yeah, right. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you're young, because that's how you learn as you grow old. As I said, I'm 49 now, 15 February, and I'm still cocking up. And I still make mistakes now. Nobody's perfect. Players will make mistakes. Players will have bad games. Players will do a missed pass here or miss an open goal. I will do it. I am going to sneak a sneaky €5 on Archie Gray being named our permanent captain. And I tell you one thing, if he does, and I don't think he will, I hope he's in the leadership group, by the way. If he does, that'll be a 2 fingers up to all them haters. Because then what they're going to say? They can't say anything because he's our captain. It was the youth that helped us out of the trouble last year. It was the youth that actually got us out of relegation mire. It was the youth that got us the points. It was Kingsley saves at Wolves. It was Archie Gray's playing. It was Bergville. Another thing as well, Bergville last year, right? I think Archie Gray as well, if I remember rightly. It was players like that, right, wanting to stay on why they're injured. Why they're injured. They've been asked to come off because they got an injury. Even Xavi wanted to go back on when he did his LCL. I want to go back on and help the team. Another young player, I want to get back on. These players are playing while injured. But no, it's okay. Let's just praise Paulunia, who we haven't bought, by the way, for obvious reasons. You know, everyone will, we want Paulunia and bring Paulunia in. Well, he's not coming back, is he? No, but we've bought Tonali, we've bought Fernandez, we've bought other young players into the squad. How long before Tonali or Fernandez actually gets abuse from certain Spurs fans because they're not playing well or they have a few bad games? How long before that starts happening? Because we spent 85 and 100 million on them. When does that start happening? We need to get off these young lads back. We need to leave them alone. And what we need to do is support them. I come from a generation, right, where we support the team. Good, bad, the ugly. Ups, downs, wherever team goes through, you support them through black and white, through thick and thin. That's the generation I come from. But that generation has seemed to have got lost along the way, that it's okay now. No, let's use social media to really attack these young players. Yes, use social media to abuse them and tell them the crap, tell them this and tell them that. And again, what's social media doing about it? Jack all. They do nothing about it. And that's another sort of question you could go down. Should social media do more? And the answer to that is yes, they should do more. Because these players also, the young players, they need protecting, they need looking after, and the clubs need to do more to protect them as well. But I suppose, as you say, it comes with the territory. It shouldn't have to come with the territory. You shouldn't have to sit there and get abused for doing the job you love doing. As I said, I've got abused by certain people over the 5 years I've been on YouTube. My attitude to them, I just stick 2 fingers up to them and tell them to sod off. Does it get to me? Yeah, it has got to me. It does make me upset, and it does anger you. But how do you think these young players are feeling? Knowing to go out, put their bodies on the line week in, week out, 38 games a year in the Premier League, whatever cup games they're playing, whatever European games they're playing. How are they feeling? They're feeling the pressure because they're fighting relegation. So they're hurting. But no, we as fans, some of us fans don't get that. No, they had a bad game. Get that muppet out of my club. He don't deserve to wear the shirt. You know, grow a pair of balls, man up and support the team. If you can't do that, then just stay at home and watch EastEnders. Or watch Coronation Street. Everyone's allowed to be criticised. Everyone is allowed to be told they're not doing a good job, but do it in a constructive way. Constructed criticism, I think, is healthy because you're being constructive in your criticism. You're criticizing them, but you're being constructive. But just for coming out with all this, he's a League One player and whatever, it's a load of nonsense. Where senior players couldn't even in that long run where we didn't win a game. Half of them players didn't do nothing. Romero, there's another one, right? Gets sent off. He gets sent off, right? He scores a couple of goals and everyone's writing lyricals about him. Right? He's captain fantastic. He's the man I follow into the trench. I have a love-hate relationship with Romero, right? Really do. Do you know, when he plays well, he plays really well. And when he's an absolute idiot, he's an idiot. Because he's an idiot, because he gets sent off and he doesn't care about the consequences he's caused for the team that he's supposed to be captain. He's supposed to be leading by example. But no, it's okay. He's Romero. He's allowed to get away with it. He's allowed to be not criticised. If you dare criticise Romero, oh no, you can't do that. No, you can't. He's captain. You can't do that. But we can criticise. And Colin brings up a very good point. I'm going to bring up, and that was later on. Our fans destroyed Seguinson and look at Brennan Johnson, right? I did like Brennan Johnson, backed him to the hill, but our fan base kept on at him. Why? Seriously, why? Again, if he was homegrown and came through the Tottenham Academy, would we have done that? No. Because we buy these young players in, it gives us the right then to criticise them. No, it doesn't. Gareth Bale scored the winning goal in the Europa League night to give us the best night we've had in years. Right? He's the lad, right? You will want your daughter to bring home because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't fall out of nightclubs. He just dedicates to his sport. He's very close to his family. Do you know what I mean? He's a person you think you can go out and have a few pints with and enjoy yourself with. Seguinson as well. We nearly destroyed him. Do you know, supporting Tottenham has changed so much over the last 40 odd years. I don't think and look, I'm an 80s fan. So I come from the 80s. That's when my fandom starts. And we had a lot of young players coming through the academy, right? Or we brought young players in. We never, ever, from my knowledge now, maybe Colin can correct me if I'm wrong, even going back to the 60s and 70s. Maybe Colin, you and Philip Brady remember them days. We never criticised players like we do now. They always supported them. They gave them time. They gave them patience. If they made a mistake, they never got them back with them. I was watching a thing the other day, Martin Shivers, a video on him, may he rest in peace. And he said he had a really bad leg injury, right? And it took him a while to get back into it. But he said during that time when he was going through his barren spell, not once did he have any hassle from the fans, from the shelf end, which was very prickly, the shelf end, by the way, at the old White Hart Lane. All he got was support and love from the fans. And he didn't come through our academy. We brought him in from Southampton to take over from Jimmy Greaves, who we sold to West Ham. I know we got Martin Peters in exchange, but you look at the youngsters that came through our academy, Glenn Hoddle, Steve Perriman, all they got was support all the way through. A Tottenham fan wouldn't dare try to slate them down or abuse them or anything. And these are times when players used to go on the bus to the stadium with the fans. Right? Not once, because we were a different fan base, because we were different fans where we respected the team. It was our team. It was our club. The players knew that they were playing for us. We knew they were playing for us. So there was their little bit of connection there. We had a connection where we were one. We were united. So if one player was down, we'd build them up again. Or if a player was going through a rough spot, we would support them through that rough spot. But it's not like that anymore. And maybe it is to do with social media. Maybe it is to do with the way that fans are now. Maybe I'm looking back with rose-tinted glasses to back in the day. But I've seen so much change in football over 46 years I've been following this football club. And it's look, as I said, I'm not old, I'm still young. But I scratch my head thinking, what the hell, like? Do you know? And you do think also, how does this affect young players when they go home? What did their parents say to them? What did their agents say to them? What did the manager say to them? What did the players say to them? What, ignore it? Just carry on? Let your football do the talking? Do you know, confidence is the key to everything you do in life. Everything you do in life, you've got to be confident in doing it. If you're not confident in doing anything in life, then you're not going to do it very well. You've got to, a lot of it is you've got to prove people wrong in everything you do. You've got to do it because people are so easy now to criticize you or push you down or keep you down if you let it. And it's the thing Rocky said, life would beat you to the ground and keep you there if you let it. But you've got to keep on fighting, haven't you? You've got to keep on fighting and punching and moving forward. And he says that's how winning's done. And it's the same thing. These young players have to realize, hang on a minute, I'm better than these people that are criticizing me. And there is fans there that do support me. And I'm saying it now, I'm a massive Archie Gray fan. I want him as my future captain. He's my captain. He's a player I would follow and die in the hill for. So would Lucas Bergville. Philip Brady absolutely praised Lucas Bergville when we bought him. And look at the player he's turning out to be. Look at the player Archie Gray's turning out to be. Look at the player Matthias Tell's turning out to be. You give that player a bit of confidence and a little bit of game time and a little bit of loving and a little bit of support. Look at what he's doing. Look at the free kick he scored today. You telling me that that wasn't one of the finest free kicks you have ever seen? I tell you what, if that was a Maddison or if that was a Glenn Hoddle or if that was a Maradona or if that was a Ronaldo or a Messi, that free kick would be talked about for years to come. But because it's Matthias Tell, it was all right. It was a fabulous free kick. And I tell you one thing as well, the youngsters on this tour have really shown up. The Donnellys, the Archie Grays, the Tells, the Hardys, the Katie Mayen, the Williams Barnett. All these young players are showing what class act they are. And you add a bit of experience into that. By God, we've got a team to go forward with. I said it this morning that I really feel I've got an 80s. I've got a Birkinshaw feeling about this side. And Philip Brady was watching the stream and he put it into the chat. He also WhatsApped me. I know he put it into the chat, sorry, that he's got Bill Nick vibes from it. And I can see why. It's very, very similar. I don't know if Colin, if you agree, it's very similar to the 60s and 70s push and run side we had back then. Do you know, everyone wants to be together. Everyone is a tight-knit group. And that's what we need. We need to support our young players. We cannot keep bashing them because it's not good enough and it will not be accepted anymore. We can't do it. We really can't do it. Right, I've got loads of chat to go through, actually. So let's go through that. Good evening. Sent this a while back, Wayne. Do apologise, bud. 38 minutes I've carried on, sorry. Good evening, folks. Hope you're all well. Hell of a goal by Tell early in May. Shut his doubters and haters up for a minute. Yeah, hopefully. Big up to Snipers 26. It says, evening, mate. Big up, Snipers. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Archie Gray hate is embarrassing. It totally is embarrassing. Some of our fan base are too stupid to be sick of shit. Don't hold back, Wayne. Don't hold back. They couldn't tell class, quality, and talent potentially if they saw it on the edge of their nose. I added that little bit at the end for you. I hope you improve. I was going to say something else, but it's not after the watershed, and I'll get done for it. So yeah, I let you add the last bit your own way. Big up to Dan. I think it's appalling lots, but yeah, it is absolutely. A small majority can't understand that people have different opinions than themselves. Exactly. Big up to Catalan. Hope you're doing well. I called out for Ferry and Torres all season. He shot me up for winning my nation's World Cup. Fair enough. No, look, I get it. I do get it. Right, I do get it. Hello, big up Bird on a banjo. What a name. Yeah, I love that. Hello, world. Coys, how we doing? We're doing fine. We're having a rant. That's what we're having tonight. We're having a rant. Out of a million people, you might find one Erling Haaland replacing top players is impossible. It is. Archie is mustard. Couldn't disagree with that at all. Show some unbelievable ability early, already getting insane experience. He'll be a top player for us in years to come. Yeah, I could see him playing for Real Madrid in the next sort of 6 years. Archie Gray is a relative. Eddie Gray was the coach under David O'Leary, Lee's side that did very well. Yes, and also I think his grandfather played for the 70s lead side under Don Revie, if my memory's right. Been some time since I saw a free kick struck so well by Spurs. I would have to go back to probably Glenn Hoddle, if I'm being honest. Big up, Dermo. Nice go, Tell. And Gray, so versatile he is. Free kick. It's nice to see another love for Gray in the chat tonight. It really is. Thank you all so much, guys. Big up, Rodney Martin. Big up, Paul. Coys. Yeah, absolutely. Dermot, Dermot, you do a grand job live streaming. Thank you so much. I wasn't trying to say it for that, but I was just making the point that people sit in the mammy's basements, just writing shite on YouTube. I sit in my sitting room and do this, so there you go. I don't know what I've got to say, but anyway, big up to DJ, big up Dermo. Hope you're well. Season 4 is going to be better than season 3. Let's hope. Yeah, well, season 3 was a bit of a write-off, wasn't it? Really, season 2 was the way I look about it. This right, season 1 on the ranch, a good Bond film. Season 2, better than the last one. Getting better. Season 3, total flop. I can't think of a film that was a major flop last year. Maybe ask Mr. Trump. What was a major flop last year, film-wise?
Pardon?
What was a major film flop last year?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you're the brains of the outfit. Some film was a flop, and then you get season 4, which is like Steven Spielberg's coming in and making a masterpiece. You do a grand job, Dermo. Don't change because of you people. Thanks so much, John. Again, I wasn't saying, I was trying to make an example, but thank you for the kind words. Really does mean a lot. Spot on, Dermot. They need cheering on, not putting down. It's the modern world, unfortunately. Yeah. See, I maybe because I grew up in a time where nobody did this, that I can't understand the modern world. Yeah. Give me the 80s and 90s any day of the week. I love Gray. He's our future captain. If it's at our club or any other club, I really hope I hope it's ours too. Making Gray captain today says a lot to me, especially when Dave was playing demo. Yeah, and also he was captain for the last game as well, so it's 2 games in a row. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dan. The youth at our club helped us stay up in the last 2 years because of our injury state. So being thrown in the deep end like that, I applaud them all. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely spot on, bud. Absolutely. So true. So true. You also get the call, which I have been called deluded and happy clapper for supporting the team. It is. It's mind-boggling, really. I think half our fan base just want us to lose every week because it makes them happy. I swear to God, they support Tottenham to watch us lose. I don't get it. I really do not get it. I don't understand it. I think a lot of this problem stems from how much it costs to watch football nowadays. When you're paying an average of £8 for a ticket, expect to be entertained. It's not right. But I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Everything's gone expensive now. I get it. But it's still, if you go in there, your job to support the team, to show them your support. I get it. It probably is, and he does go on to say, he said, we'll bear the brunt of frustration. I get it. I do get it. And I get last year and season 4 wasn't great. Last year was worse than the season before, but I just think some of the things people come out with, I'm sitting there shaking my head thinking, Lord God, what you talking now, man? That's a good point, DJ. People pay more and their expectations go up. That's true. I do get it, but it's still not right. And we still should. If you want to give out to the senior players that are not pulling their right. That I get. All right, that I understand, right, and that I think is a good point. But for the younger players, support them. Do you know they've got many more years to come playing for this club? It's the senior players that don't have a lot of time to play, and they need to actually pull their socks up because a lot of the senior players last season, if they weren't injured, didn't play well. And look at Basuma, right, acting the Egypt. Did anyone criticize him? Yeah, people can bit of criticize him, but if he was playing badly, but no, let's just blame Archie Gray. It's all his fault. We won't blame Bissouma. That was the bit that really gets me. Football fans expect too much, expect straight away since 99. The start of the Premier League, probably Wayne, was the start of all of this, if I'm being honest. Never did Dermo, but social media was not about that. Now, I would love to know, did the papers do it as well, Colin? Was there a lot of people, did the papers give constructive criticism to players back in the day? I just wonder. Johnson may have scored the goal, but his work defensively was poor and non-existent. Maduko is the same. I wouldn't respect lack of work ethic or team ethic. No, I do get what you're saying, Wayne. I do get it, but I just feel that people saw him as an easy target, and that's what it is. It's just easy target. Football really is just a business today. A lot of fans either care about the facts and figures and how this compares to. No one cares about that either. Do you know what? I support Tottenham because I support the football club. I support the players, the football club, and that's it. Yeah, if you have a great transfer window, brilliant, celebrate. If you have a bad one, yeah, you're going to be frustrated, but it is what it is. But I get a better kick out of getting the 3 points on the Saturday than I do signing, say, a Fernandes or a Tonali. Yeah, it's great. The excitement of that wears off after half an hour. Winning 3 points on the Saturday keeps you going for the week to the next game because you're buzzing. It is the adrenaline boost that gives you. And Mrs. Tron tells you, I come off watch-alongs like during the Premier League season, knackered, because the amount of adrenaline that game's given me and the win and the buzz and winning and getting 3 points and watching players play well and scoring great goals. Do you know, that's the biggest buzz for me. If we buy a player, yeah, it's great, it's fantastic. But you're thinking, well, he's at a club now, so yeah, brilliant. But that 3 points on the Saturday, or winning an FA Cup game, or getting to a League Cup final, or an FA Cup final, or a European final, that's the biggest buzz of all as a fan for me. To me, Mikey Moore's done nothing to deserve all this hype, but fans never done. Exactly, because he came through their academy, Colin. That is the issue. Do you know, we paid 40 million for Archie Gray, so let's go and bang on to an 18, 19-year-old who we paid 40 million. It's not the kid's fault we paid 40 million for him. Do you know, that was what Leeds offered. Tottenham wanted to buy him. But yeah, we won't say anything to Mikey Moore if he has a bad game or any of the youngsters because they came through our academy, one of our own. Do you know, how many people actually criticised Harry Kane at the very start? How many people stood there and said he's never going to make it? We all know what Harry Kane turned into. But how many people actually slated Harry Kane off? How many people criticised him when he wasn't scoring all the goals he scored since when he really become good? So how many times did people say, get him off the pitch? He's not. He doesn't deserve to wear a Tottenham shirt in his early days. Do you know how many people? Nobody did, because he came through our academy. Anyone that doesn't come through our academy and is a young player that we buy in for a certain amount of money, it's fair game. BS. Madders and Kulu have had a lot of love while they're out. Okay, I don't know who that is. Madders and Kulu have had a lot of love while they're out. Xavi too. I think it's trust allowed majority to attack the team. I think it's trust allowed majority to attack our team when they're down. Yeah, exactly. Not trust. Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah, I get you. Look at Williams. Barnett penned today. That is confidence. If the fans were on his back, he would have never tried that. Exactly. Here's my thoughts on this morning's game. Sniper, you put in some really good points, bud, so you keep putting them in. Gallagher and Ritchie, very below par, made a lot of chances, but we have to take our chances. Yes, this morning was very much, we know we need a striker. That is a given. We do need to improve our front three. I know Savinho will happen, and I'm stating my neck on that. I've said that for the last 2 weeks, that Savinho will be. Here we go. But, you know, I see a lot of fans praising Gallagher. I think Archie Gray's done more for Tottenham than Gallagher's done since he's been at Spurs. Now, maybe that would change. Maybe that will come eventually. But I don't see anybody getting Gallagher's back. I don't see anyone slating him off. And it's the same with managers as well. The amount of disrespect Ange Postecoglou's also got from some of our fan base as well, by the way. That was mind-boggling. And he won us a trophy. God knows. Now, Ericsson is saved, but still, that's saying something. Ericsson hit some banger. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ericsson, yeah, he did. Ericsson was good. I must admit. He did retire, didn't he? And look, I have an awful lot of respect for Ericsson and everything he's been through. Eddie Gray was Leeds' version. Yeah, he was. Eddie Gray was Leeds' version of George Best. He was world class, and you can see a lot of Eddie Gray in Archie Gray. You can see a lot of his grandfather and his uncle at Connor. And I know you watched these players played in their prime, but you can see a lot of it. I've watched videos of 70s football, and I love watching the old games in the 70s, 60s and 70s. I see a lot of Eddie Gray in Archie Gray. Some of his passing today was absolutely exceptional. Modern society seems to have no understanding or respect these days. That's true. The clue is in the name term of supporters. Yeah, I think the clue is in the name. Absolutely. Bad news sells newspapers. Of course it does. In Mason Millie on Tottenham. Yeah, he is. He got today. I was so pleased he got on the pitch. I'm so excited about this kid. He's the new Robbie Keane. That's how good this kid is. Mason Millie is actually going to become the new Robbie Keane. He will. We've had a few false dawns with Troy Parrott and Evan Ferguson. This young lad, I'm telling you now, he will be the new Robbie Keane. He will be the new striker for Ireland. He will break Robbie Keane's record. I'm telling you now, he will break Robbie Keane's international record. And I cannot wait to see the next 20 years watching this kid grow and grow. I really can't. I am so buzzing. Where do we go from now that Koopy is out for 4 months? I think we are. What was David Onstein saying? I did have it. What Onstein said. What did Onstein say? I think, let me check what Onstein said, because he did say something today. And I'm just, there we go, David Onstein. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. Right. Okay. Not what I wanted. Just give us a few minutes, guys. I will. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay, found them. Right. He did say something. Where is it? Tottenham were looking at it. Oh, God. I read it earlier before I came on. I think it was a striker. I forget. Let's see now. Departure. Look, I will find out for you what he said. There was a striker we were after. I'm annoyed because I had it up as well to talk to you guys about it. It was something in my well, we know he's undergone surgery. So he's out for 3 to 4 months. So that transfer is now dead as a doorknob. Apparently we're after Cody Gakpo as well as a list of potential strikers. So we know Savinio's coming to Spurs as well. So we know that's going to happen. Where is it? I'll tell you what, I will find it. I will do a show tomorrow on it, guys, for you. It was, I forget the name. It was really, it started with a 0. The player, I forget his name. It's really annoying me now. It's really, really annoying me now. Anyway, look, I find it, and I'll come back to it. There is 2 strikers that are after snipers. I will let you know. I know a lot of youngsters playing, but they have the desire, the enthusiasm to play, which I think De Zerbi wants. Maybe showing the senior players how it's done. Absolutely. My first game was at Aussie and Ricky's first home game for Spurs. We lost. I would go on to be a Spurs fan from then. That's support for you. Exactly. Elbows Gray always had his elbows out. Eddie Gray, yeah, probably. Yeah, out for him. Yeah, I think me and Marshall Gappo. I think my Marshall Gappo too. There was another striker being linked to Tottenham. I forget who it is. But guys, that is it. I'm going to leave it there. Look, I've had my rant, right? And it's something I've wanted to do. And there's one more thing I want to say before I leave, right? I've rarely tried over the last 5 years to build a community through YouTube on my channel that everyone can come in and have an opinion and feel safe to have that opinion where we can discuss it, either agree or disagree, and to, have banter and have fun. What I've seen by certain individuals coming in here, we had the incident on Monday, will not be tolerated anymore. And people like that will be banned from the channel, members or non-members. I do not expect anyone to feel that they cannot come into my channel. I want everyone to come in, to have their opinion, to have their say, and feel safe that they can have their say, and feel safe that they can have their opinion, and feel safe that it can be a talking point or debate or a laugh or a joke or a bit of banter. But it seems that certain individuals are not allowed to do that. They're not allowing that to happen. So I'm putting out now, there's 3 rules that everyone has to abide by when you come into this. Respect your other people in the comments, respect the people on screen and the people in the comments. If somebody has a different opinion, respect that opinion and debate it with them respectively, and debate it with them in a way that everyone can get involved. And if for any reason you show any disrespect to people on screen or people in chat, you're out of it. No second chances. That's it. Gone. Now, I'm not going to. Everyone probably knows what happened the other night, but I'm saying now it will not be tolerated. Me and James will not tolerate this on our channel, and I've worked hard to grow this channel, and I'm growing hard to grow it bigger. And we're on the K to 3K. We're going to do it the way we always do. We're going to do it our way. But there won't be any room for abusing people in the comments, abusing people on screen, or anything like that. You've got nothing nice to say. As my mother used to say to me, if you've got nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. That's all I'm going to say. But listen, thank you all for watching. As I said, I don't do these streams very often, but I felt things had to be said tonight and things had to be put out there. And look, I'm really impressed with the feedback we got in the comments as well. People getting involved, having their thoughts as well. And I really appreciate the support you guys shown. As I said, we're 5 years old on the 21st of August next month. And I just want to really thank you all very much for your support. But let's get the 3K for the start of the season. And let's start the season on a banger. Right, we're back tomorrow night with Transfer News shows. Thursday, Friday, we're back with shows. Saturday, we're back with a watch along. Saturday night, we're back with sort of a pre-match show. Sunday, we're on with Steve with soccer. It's football, not soccer podcast. And also, yeah, big up to Giant, big up to DJ. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the support, bud. Hit the button, subscribe, chat, and take out a membership, and join the fantasy league. Yeah, the fantasy league's in the community section, so join it. Let's have a bit of fun this season, guys. Thank you all for watching. Come on, you Spurs and the mighty De Zerbi, we trust.